Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Let's Play Let's Go Pokemon Eevee. This is episode number 23, and this is going to be the Glory Road, or as I've called it in the past, Glory Hole, of course. Today we'll be going through most of Glory Road here for you guys to see, and then yeah, outside of that, we will be catching another legendary, which is also very fun. I think this is the final legendary, at least the final of the trio birds that we'll be seeing in this Let's Play series. So that's always really cool and exciting. And we'll also get to see our first glimpse of what the Pokemon League looks like, because we'll be, of course, exiting the Glory Road at the end of all this. So you'll get to see all that good stuff in this episode. As I've been doing with the other episodes, I did sort of shrink it down so we're not getting everything that it entails, but I think right around 20 minutes here, that's a very fair place to leave these videos moving forward. And of course, the exception to that rule will likely be Sunday's episode. I would imagine Sunday's episodes, because it's going to be the finale of Super Mario 64, along with the finale of this series. I imagine they are going to come out later in the day than usual. There might be one early and then one later in the day. I'm not sure. It sort of depends on how the cookie crumbles, because I am going to be doing some voice recordings on those tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to get through both of them, just because I do have a light trip planned. So, you know, maybe we'll get to both of them tomorrow. Maybe I'll just get to one of them. Maybe I get to none of them. I don't know. But I always like to point that stuff out in case, you know, you're expecting to see a finale. I usually post pretty early here, but I do like to follow up and post later in the day if possible. And I still have to record some Let's Plays as we get started into the new series. So, yeah, because of all that, you know, I have to get everything up and working, and I like to do my gameplay throughout the day and my voice recordings throughout the night. So there isn't a chance that those videos will be coming out a little bit later in the day, but they will be coming out regardless. Here we are. We're catching a Pharaoh. I'm not sure if we have one in the Pokedex, but I want to get my Pokedex not completed, but like as close to completion as a casual game player can get. So that's really why we're catching him. I forget if we have one or not. Regardless, a level 46 Pharaoh this late in the game is actually a pretty solid Pokemon to catch. Like, that's a pretty dang good option coming up on the last bit of the game. There we go. We got an excellent throw off, so hopefully that's a good sign. And it feels like, I know rightfully so, the Pokemon should be harder to catch come the end of the game, but it feels like some of them, like this is a Pharaoh. He shouldn't be ridiculously hard to catch. He should be a pretty standard throw a Pokeball, maybe 1-2 Ultra Balls, and you got him. But it feels like I've thrown quite a bit here and am not making any progress. And it doesn't help that, like, the way that my switch is set up, it's like kind of at an angle, so I have to angle my whole arm whenever I use the stick to sort of throw it, and it yeah, it makes everything just all the more fun. But there we go. Apparently we did already have him in the Pokedex, otherwise we would have got like the little Pokedex icon, so I can't remember when we caught him. I know for sure we have never caught this little bad boy, or bad girl I should say, I guess. We've never caught this Pokemon, so this will be a cool one. What is it? Nidorina? I don't even know if we caught a Nidoran female, honestly. And we definitely don't have a Nidoqueen. We can easily get one by the end of the game. I highly doubt we're going to. Just 'cause I wish you could apply like the evolutionary stone while they're in the Pokemon box, like just to add them to the Pokedex. I know it's not like a major step to replace one of our Pokemon, give it an evolutionary stone and then put it back, but it always feels like it's more work than it needs to be. Especially being as I'm doing it for Pokedex purposes. Like, I'm not doing it because it's like, man, I really want a Nidoqueen on the team. Which, to be honest, is probably right up there with Chomper. I'd be curious to see, if you were to pick between Nidoqueen and Chomper, who would you pick and why? Now, Nidoking is a different story, because I would probably go with Nidoking any day of the week. But I've had Nidoking on my team a number of times, and I don't really want to create an overpowered team going into the end of the game. That was sort of my goal for this whole Let's Play, was to create like a strong team, but not a team that's like so strong that it's like, well, yeah, obviously you're going to win, there's not going to be any problems, what are you talking about kind of team, you know what I mean? But I thought like my mix was a good mix, but I felt like adding a Nidoking to that mix sort of made it unfair. It made it that like I was almost guaranteed gonna win, even though I still, yeah, I'm still in a really good position to win. This is locked up here, we can't move this. Yeah, this is our first look at Victory Road, and there's a Graveler doing the locomotion, apparently. I don't know what his deal is. And Gun Show, being able to push boulders around with its Kung Fu grip. Okay, Gun Show, I see you. But yeah, we are going to have a cut here in a minute or so, and then we're going to go catch our legendary bird. I do want to include some of these battles. There's an Onyx, that's always a cool find, but we caught one pretty early on. But yeah, like I said, I want to go through and get as much stuff as I can, but I also don't want to include all that in the recording itself, because it kind of feels like overkill. And a Genghis Kong. Man, we had an opportunity to catch a Genghis Kong at one point in time, and it did not go our way, and I've been disappointed about it ever since, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to try Psychic here. I feel like that's going to be the most effective. It's not great. Crunch is going to be super effective against Wumbo. Oh, this is not good. Let's try Surf, I guess. I don't know. At this point, I don't think anybody on our team is desperately needing of ERP, so, or EXP. So if Wumbo ends up fainting here, that's okay. I feel like we could still win. We're definitely still going to win. We have quite a lot of Pokemon at this point in time. Everybody's in pretty good shape. Yeah, who's our next lowest level? Taiga. Taiga should get some EXP. Taiga's not going to be of huge help, I don't think, at least at this point in time, because I forget what my final episode looks like. But I don't think he's going to be huge help in the finale. But we are going to want to have him around. And it's going to be cool to complete the game with an Arcanine. I've never done that before, and it's always been one of, to me, one of the coolest looking Pokemon in the game. Like, I know at one point in time it was supposed to be a legendary Pokemon. It would have been awesome if it was. I get it didn't fit the birds or whatever, but man, he looks so cool. You know, there's something about him that's just like, it's a majestic looking Pokemon. Like, he looks like he is ready to do some damage. Let's open a Soda Pop. Because why not? Use Flamethrower against Venusaur. Solid call. Yeah, it is interesting to see, like, this is going to be the last of the legendary birds. And they're just, it's a cool trio. We already have Zapdos, we got him a while ago. Articuno, we got an episode or two ago. But now, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are going to fight off against the one and only, the PP Max. Just kidding, it's Moltres. Because of course it is. Moltres, I don't know. The Firebird. Look at him. Man, he's such a cool Pokemon. I feel like he gets forgotten about a lot because Charizard exists here. Which is Not the same stat-wise, but still pretty solid. Game Freak, you could have solved that by making Charizard a Fire Dragon type. Oh, cough, cough. But, yeah, Moltres is such a cool Pokemon. Like, it's awesome. And you can see here, just like the other ones, we have 5 minutes to defeat him. And then we could catch him as much as we'd like. I'm going to try and use Surf again here, even though that's likely going to kill Wumbo. Yep, there he goes. It's okay, we have Rhydon. He can't do much to Rhydon. So let's send out Chomper. Oh, why are you choosing Raichu? Oh, I guess because the electric versus flying type. I would have thought for sure I would have used Rhydon there, but I don't think Rhydon has any good rock type moves. So he probably would have been useless. Probably a good thought. But against a flying type, yeah, Thunderbolt's going to do a lot of damage. That was a critical hit. And hopefully Moltres isn't too bad to catch here. I think the past two were a little bit more difficult. But I have these golden berries now that I'm hoping that works in my favor, I guess. There we go, that's a nice throw. I find it hard to believe we're going to get him on the first one. Yeah. Didn't think so. But can we get him on the second? If we could, that'd be a miracle. It's a miracle, folks. Merry Christmas in... What is it, May? Yeah, it's May. Yeah, there we go. Got Moltres, the last of the legendary birds. I haven't killed a single legendary Pokemon yet. Well, I guess you technically can't, which is why I probably haven't, but it is cool. Anyways, yeah, let's skip forward here to, like, sort of some of the ending parts of the cave. Yeah, if you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is greatly motivational for myself to continue to make videos just like this in the near future. And yeah, it's all free on your end, all easy to do. So if you like this episode in any way, do that. I've been bringing it up in the past couple episodes, but I'm also going to be playing Soul Silver starting next week, I believe. Maybe late next week, depending on when the recordings get done here. But if that's something you're interested in, please drop in the comments down below the starter you would like me to use. And what you would name that starter. Because that would be pretty fun. But yeah, I'd like to leave that up to you guys. Make it as hard as you want. Wink, wink. Because there definitely is some difficulty in some of the starters versus the others. But yep, that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, next month we'll be playing Pokemon Soul Silver. That'll be coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and some Saturdays. It's not going to be consistently every Saturday, but probably every other Saturday, something like that. Because this Let's Play and the last Let's Play we ran about a week over, so I do want to squeeze in some additional episodes. And then we'll also be playing Kingdom Hearts 2, which I have been really amping up for a long time. I hope it does well in comparison to my other Let's Plays. I really do, because it is my all-time favorite game on the PlayStation 2. And it possibly might be my all-time favorite game of all time. Like, it just might be my favorite game. So I'll get into that throughout the Let's Play. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of moments in that Let's Play that make it like really clear how much I absolutely love that game, because that game to me is one of the best things of all time. Like, it's so hard to describe how much I like that game. But here we go, we're going up against a Blastoise. I think this is the first Blastoise we've seen. Let's just deal with him quick. He's not going to be a problem. Cool Pokemon, but pretty weak to us. I feel like our team, we have advantages over like almost everything except for the normal typing. The normal type is the only thing that's really going to give us a hard time. And there's not a whole lot of instances of that in the Elite Four. So I'm not really concerned, honestly, for the end of the game here. Plus, being as it's not a Nuzlocke, which is what we've been doing in the past, that gets rid of some of that concern as well. Because if my Pokemon die in a fight, it's no big deal. I could just revive them right after that fight, give them max health and heal up all their power points, and we're good to go. Like, it's a lot less stressful than doing a Nuzlocke where it's like every single move counts. Like, I can make a goof or two in the Elite Four and still pull it off. That's how I feel with how my team is set up right now. Like, we have advantages against pretty much everything as long as we play our cards right. Let's do Tri-Attack here, just because he has like 5 hit points left, and it's a fun move to use. And we should conserve Psychic. There we go. Spoon's leveled up to level 54. Gyarados is coming out. Let's see how Splinter does against a Gyarados here. I'm hoping he's going to do pretty well. I'm hoping it's a one-hit KO. So I think one of our opponents may have a Gyarados. I can't remember. I know they did in past generations. Lance definitely had a Gyarados on his team, and he started with it. So I'm hoping that's the case here. It may not be, but even if it is, yeah, now I see Gyarados should be no problem for Splinter. We should be good. I mean, he's definitely going to have a Dragonite. Not much is expected. Here comes an Arcanine. Wumbo, get out there. If Wumbo can't do it, Chomper will certainly be able to handle it. Comes Arcanine. You can see I taught my team some... Yeah, there's Blizzard. I think a couple other Pokemon got some Ice-type moves as well as I was working through the team. It just made sense, honestly. That's really all I could say about it, is it made sense, being as we're going to go up against some Dragon types, that we had some Pokemon that had some Ice-type moves for some coverage there. And then Arcanine, or no, not Arcanine, Chomper has Dragon Pulse, things like that. You know, we just set ourselves up for a victory there. Because the Dragon typing can be devastating in this game if you are not set up correctly. And here comes a Tauros, one of my favorite Pokemon of Gen 1. Definitely by far my favorite normal type Pokemon of Gen 1. Sorry, Gun Show. It is the truth. But Tauros is such a cool looking Pokemon, man. And such, like, it's everything that I am in the Pokemon games. It is such an aggressive attacker whose, like, sole purpose is to come out quick, come out fast, and put down the enemy. Which is, like, all I look to do in these games. I'm not a big strategic gameplay guy. I just look to get the W, which is what Tauros does. You can see I taught Taiga Solar Beam, which is an interesting choice. But I don't know. It just felt like the right move. What can I say? But there we go. We beat the coach trainer. And I don't think we have a whole lot left to the episode. And we got Outrage. Likely won't be using that. But thank you, good sir. You're very kind. And we run into a Graveler. Why? I don't know. But that's going to be it for this episode. Like I said, I know I already did a little bit of the outro. If you like this episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, motivational for me, completely free on your end. And I hope to see you all here for the finale on Sunday. It should be exciting. A little bit of a longer episode, I'm sure. But we will get it out there, and we will be having some fun just wrapping up this series along with Mario 64, which will also be wrapping up on Sunday. So if you liked either of those series, we will see you all here on Sunday. Until then, everybody take it easy and enjoy this great look at the Pokemon League. Look at Gun Show. He's excited. He says this is the right path, Average Joe. Let's go. I agree with him. Let's take it on, little man. Let's go. That's what Mario would say. And maybe Gun Show. Who knows? Take it easy, everyone. Peace out.